Okay, now that I figured that out. Today we're going to talk about the Summit Center of Western New York. This is a local agency that I live near, and they definitely service many people within our community. Actually, my nephew goes there, and it's a great program. It's located at 150 Stall Road in Gettsville, New York. Contact information is on the infograph 716-629-3400. What I like about this program is it serves this population from, as young as 3 years old and on. They do have specific adult services. Those adult services include programs like Access VR, which can assist in paying for them to go to college and helping them with any sort of vocational trainings, things like that. They do have day programs for individuals who need additional assistance. This provides them with just regular like life skills, keeps them busy, gives them some sort of time with other people to communicate and things like that. The OPWDD, supported employment. They have contracts with local agencies, whether it be restaurants, grocery stores, whatever it may be, to support their employment and try and get them out there. I know one of the issues with individuals with autism, and ADHD, it may be difficult to have get employment. And then the pre-vocational and community experience program is important to help learn different life skills. Um, Additionally, they have their early intervention and education division. A lot of times parents might get an autism diagnosis or an ADHD diagnosis very, very early. So they offer some sort of support for them. Early intervention is a wonderful program. They have different services to assist young kids, whether it be, PT, OT, feeding therapy, behavioral therapy, things like that. It's an excellent program to help children at a very young age. Typically, for the early intervention program, it can be earlier. However, this program is at age 3, is typically when they age out. And this is where they transition into some sort of schooling, whether it be pre-K, or onward. So a lot of times when the education division coming into school, struggling with different behaviors, struggling to integrate into, the community, whether it's, they're in a class that's too big or, they don't have enough assistance. Maybe they are like a one-on-one or they need, more assistance, more teachers in their class, like an aide. Um, this is where they can offer to assist students with having their needs met in school, whether that looks like an IEP, um, other schools, alternative schools to offer them more assistance. Um, Summit Center is great for that. Additionally, they do have a behavioral pediatrics clinic. They do address the depression, anxiety, emotion regulation, and behavioral concerns that individuals with ADHD and ASD have. They do offer other services. They have training for parents. It's called STAR training to offer them some sort of support. They have professional trainings and workshops to assist professionals within the community, whether it be educators or anything like that. And then they have consulting services where they do offer any sort of like assessments and assistance for everybody. One of the assessment tools that I could find on the website was the applied behavior analysis model. So this was is implemented to assist and improve independence. The Summit Center is huge on independence and empowering clients. They are great with seeing barriers and trying to break through them. They offer education about these evidence-based practices. They allow families to, decide what's best for them. ABA might not be for every family, so they do offer additional assistance. I just didn't see anything on the website, but I like that they educate families and it's more person-centered, it's more trauma-informed, as ABA is not for everybody. And additionally, on a macro level, the Summit Center provides individualized treatment, like I just mentioned, giving each client their own consultation, figuring out what the family needs, what barriers they have, and then offering services as needed. At a meso level, this organization provides a sense of community for parents and children. They do offer the educational services and other opportunities. I think it's really difficult for some people to get an autism diagnosis or an ADHD diagnosis due to the stigmas. So it's really nice that they offer a sense of community to the parents. It can be very isolating. It can be very difficult for people. Um, so it's really great to have that sense of community. And then on a macro level, the Western New York Regional Center for Autism Spectrum Disorders provides information and strategies to assist in research and funding. Um, so at a macro level, we're looking for more research on interventions that work for people, or, how effective are the adult services that we have? How are some ways that we can change them to improve better outcomes? But also gaining the funding to have these programs and to offer education, as everything costs money. So using the Western New York Regional Center for Autism Spectrum Disorder to do so. So overall, the Summit Center is a great program. They do service most of the people in our area. They're one of the biggest providers. And I thought it was a great resource to talk about during this meeting.